Everyone, today I'm going to talk about how to do a snap inside VR space. Okay, so let's take a look. So pretty much you create an inventory and you use the distance grab that we did last tutorial, and then you put the all the object to the inventory panel. Then there will be another panel said that you achieve the goal once you collect 4 of them. So yeah, so this is a very interesting technique. Then let's find out how to create this. Okay, so let's go back to the Unity. Okay, so how to create this? If you get my file, you can take a look how to let's see. So you go to grab, and then this was the last time that we did. We pretty much implement the player controller from the distance grab Oculus framework scene. Then we drag it to the new scene. Pretty much everything is functional. Then we create a bunch of cubes and then applied some distance grabbables. Then it becomes, you can start grabbing things by putting the existing player controller, and then by implementing the distance grabbable into those objects. So this is the last time. Then today I'm going to show you how to create an inventory, and then inside the inventory you can pretty much put all the object in. Once you put all the object in, it will trigger a panel. Okay, so this is the new thing. This the entire inventory UI. Remember to kind of like put under the entire player controller, and then this is a small panel that I create. Once you collect the entire set, all the items, this will pop up. This will pop up. Okay, so let's take a look. This will pop up. Okay, so this will pop up. Yeah. So yeah, so this is kind of like something, and pretty much inventory UI will pretty much follow your hands, right? If let's start talking about how to construct this. Okay, so pretty much I create a canvas, and then I put the UI on top of the canvas, and on each box, you can see I create the box, but make it trigger, right? You have slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, slot 4, and then I pretty much attached the box collider. You create a cube, and then you attach to here, and delete the mesh render, and it will become a collider. And remember to check its trigger, so make it a trigger instead of a collider. So pretty much if you get the object enter to the trigger, it will change the position and rotation of this object and pretty much just stick to it. So this is kind of something that we are going to talk about. So on the object, you can see on each different object. Okay. There are distance grabbable last time we create. And then what I did was I create different shape. If you watch last tutorial, you can see that I pretty much follow the entire stuff, but the difference is that I add the snap object. This object is later on we are going to create the snap object script. Yeah, and inside this, it will has the snap location, which is zone 1. For example, like this blue cube only, on the zone 1, it will snap. On the zone 2, it won't snap. Okay, and then green quad will be on the zone 2. And the zone 3 will be purple cylinder, and zone 4 will be yellow sphere. Yeah, okay. So, and inside each zone, it has the item need to be attached. And then also, this one is, if you see this, zone 4, right? Snap rotation reference. So pretty much this means that the rotation, once it's snapped, it should be kind of get the rotation information from this trigger, or collider become trigger. Yeah, so rotation will become this one, right? And this one is talking about where should it to be snapped, right? The location. And then this will be following. Later on, the inventory UI will be the entire parent. We will set to parent. So those will pretty much follow, will be the child of those. So this will, before it was set to, in the real world, in the world space. But later on, once it's snapped, you will set parent to, the parent will be the inventory UI. So you can grab it and all those will follow it. And then later on, if you go here, there's another script called inventory collection achieve. In this one, later on, if this script will read if the inventory collect those 4 items, then the goal achieve panel will pop up. So this is an entire big concept. In the inventory UI, inventory needs to follow the hand. So yeah, so if you see on top of it, it has follow hands and follow the left controller anchor. So in VR space, if our hand is moving, then this one will pretty much follow it. And then we are going to talk about how to do the distance offset, because you don't want this to be exact on the hand, because you want to have some distance so you can see it. And then also you kind of want it to follow it, right? You don't want to do it instantly. So it feels better to have a little delay and let the entire panel to follow it. Okay, so let's start. From the last tutorial, pretty much we have this, right? This was what we left, and all those items pretty much except the new snap object. Later on we will talk about. The previous one, you can pretty much follow the entire tutorial. So all those, what I would do is I will complete the prefab just to make it easier. So snap object, before we didn't talk about it, but today we are going to talk about how to create this one. Okay, so I pretty much disable it then, because I want to create a new one so you can start follow it again. Okay, so first thing, I would like to create an empty object, and I would say inventory UI number 2. Okay, so this one, you need to see that position is set, everything is default. 0 out and scale was 1. Okay, so this one later on, it will hold the entire thing. Then what I will do is I will create a canvas. Okay, so this canvas will hold the entire UI. So this is the canvas, and the default of the canvas is set to the screen space. Now we want to have it as workspace. So if you see this, it's a very weird, height and width, right? So what I would do is I would probably, just leave it. Later on we will adjust once we create the entire thing. So you create an empty object, and under it you can set to children. You create a canvas, then under it what I would do is I will create an image just to set it as a background. Okay, BG. Okay, so this BG, if you get the file, you can take a look. So many stuff. UI. Okay, so BG, right? So you drag this BG to the image source image, right? And once it will pretty much fit the entire UI you initiate, but all you need to do is to do set native size. Then now you can see everything is a little off, right? So what I would do is this canvas, I want to kind of fit the size of this BG. So what I would do is image using I would probably zero it out. Let's zero it out. Okay. Ooh, okay. So, and then maybe you can do your own way, but what I would do is so probably something like this. Oh, maybe. Okay, so you go to BG. Go to BG, and what I will do is copy this to here, copy the height to the canvas, just make sure they are the same. Okay, so we have BG, and then what I would do is I will create type, which I use Text Mesh Pro. Then you can write inventory. Okay, so this one I will set it to center, and then press W to put it higher. Then I will create another empty object to hold the entire thing. I would say container. Okay, so this container. Okay, so that's what I would do is to make sure the container is really kind of like fit the size, but however we don't want to fit the size, we kind of want to something more like this. And you want to make it center, right? So so you will look set center, and all the box will be under here. What I would do is I will create under this container, I will add a layout, because I just feel that the layout, the horizontal layout group is very convenient for me. So so remember the spacing in upper left, I think it's upper center. So yeah, and then remember to put the child force expand check. What this will do is it will kind of space out the stuff so you don't have to manually adjust. And then under it, this is setting a rules. If you kind of play around some layout system, pretty much this is kind of like setting the layout. So later on, what I will create is I will create button. Yeah, and I don't really need the text. Yeah, so you have a button, right? The interesting thing is that if you click Command D, right, it will start, kind of layout for you. So this is the amazing part of the layout, horizontal layout. So I have this button, and then before I did some Unity UI preparation, so what I would do is I will put this here, slot 1, right? And then I will hit set native size. Okay, so this is a native size. Then what I would do is, since I've already know if I click Command D will kind of start spreading out, then I will just change the name. Ooh. What's the name? Zone 1. Okay, zone 1. Okay, this is zone 1, right? And then zone 1, under it, I want to have something that, kind of like, let's say, UI, I will put an empty. Yeah, so it's kind of something like this. So you have this and you can create an empty object. Yeah, you create something and this is holding, and I would say probably just empty object. Okay, so I would say snap zone 1. Okay, so this is the snap zone 1. So this will be, let's see, you can make it bigger, right? Yeah. And inside the snap zone 1, we want to attach a cube, right? You can create a cube. This is so small. Okay, so this is a cube. Ooh, okay, so where's the cube? I feel like this entire inventory is too giant. Okay, so let's see. I think, yeah, you see, like before I kind of resize it to very small one. So let's go here. 0.001. Okay, so 0.001. Okay, so let's go back. Yeah, now the size is about right. The canvas is humongous. Okay, so let's take a look. Oh yeah, so this one, right? And then this is the zone. And then we want to put the cube here. So where's the cube? Cube is here. Ooh. So we want to, let's say, reset. Okay, so let's go back to this. Okay, so now we have a cube. This cube is now become too big. So yeah, so we take a look of this cube. Let's take a look whether this is too big or too small. Oh, okay, so maybe 1. Yeah, I think this number is better. Okay, cool. So this is pretty much the collider that, I mean, this is probably very, very, I would say, thick. So what I would do is make it a little, kind of a little in the center, right? Okay, so this is something that we create. This I would put it collider. Yeah, yeah, snap zone. Okay.